let's talk about the little things that matter in a relationship or in every relationship. So in today's video, Cece and I, we're going to talk about some of the little things that may seem minor, but they're important. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I am joined by the hubby again.
Hey everybody, this is Will, and welcome back. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new videos. This is a weekly podcast where we talk about
a whole lot of stuff here.
Like she says.
We talk about love, family, relationships. What else, babe?
That's it. That's absolutely it.
So welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another episode. As you guys know, before we get into the topic of the day, we like to go into our blissful moment.
Her blissful moment.
Our blissful moment.
So she says.
Our blissful moment.
She's right.
Come on, baby. You know what your blissful moment is. Come on. You know it.
Oh, my blissful moment? I'm on vacation.
What?
Here's the crazy thing. She's like, you know what? This vacation, we got to plan it so we can get everything we need to do. And as I was making the list, I realized that this is not a vacation. It's not, because there's like things from... For me to be able to get everything that we need to do this vacation, I still have to wake up at the same time that I normally wake up.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
I have to.
It's up to you.
And my days are going to run still from like that 6:30 in the morning until... Midnight.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
I'm probably going to be doing a lot more driving than I usually do when I'm working. So... yes, I don't have to go in the office.
Where will you be going?
Man, you know, she's a real estate agent, and I do photographies for her properties, and she already got a few places that I'm going to have to go and take pictures. She even says, you know, I should start flying the drone. I'm like, no, that's too much. What's
the point of having it if it's too much? You bought it for a reason, so let's put the thing to use. Let's put it to work.
See what I mean? This is no vacation.
Yeah, so this weekend we're gonna take a drive to Port St. Lucie, y'all. There's some nice communities up there.
Yeah, we could go see some new developments and so forth.
Yeah, so listen, I'm a realtor. My husband's a photographer, so why pay somebody else when I can use my?
I agree. Hey, listen,
right?
I'm all about supporting her, but calling this time a vacation, it's more like, for me, we should just call it a week that I don't have to go to my regular job.
Here's the perfect name for it: workation.
Okay,
workation. Okay, like you're taking a vacation from work, so workation. But at home, it's not a vacation. But here's my thing though. That's not true. I'm not gonna put you to work except for when it comes time for us to go out and do the showing and do the shootings.
Which is going to consume most of my vacation time.
You know what? Stop complaining. It's only for 2 days.
Listen.
But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Here's the thing. You enjoy taking pictures. Yes, you enjoy doing these things. And I enjoy looking at, those $1 million homes. And, those are going to be a fun time.
Yes.
And our kids will be with us. So
complaining, saying that I will not be enjoying what I'm going to be doing.
It sounds like it's complaining, right,
It's
guys?
me saying that it's work.
It's complaining. My thing is, let's go manifest those home, like whether if it's Port St. Lucie or West Lakes, wherever it is. Let's go see those homes down on A1A, and start manifesting.
I don't own $1 million home,
but we will soon.
But it feels good being in one.
It feels good when you drive around them too.
I believe if anyone wants to ever feel or at least get a glimpse of how the other side lives, go take a drive. Tour. Find out where they have an open house on a home that's over $1 million and just go in. Listen, it's inspirational to see how the others live. And if you want to live this way, you from time to time you gotta remind yourself by seeing them. And listen,
Take a drive.
I get motivated by seeing.
Take a drive. Take a drive. If you can afford it yet, take a drive and go drive around.
If you can go in one of them,
if you can go
well,
in
not
one of them,
illegally. Make sure you're invited. Yes, go fill it. See how big the rooms are. You can fit your whole house inside their living room.
seriously, y'all. I've been to a few so far, and it's like, wow, babe, what are we doing here? Okay, we need to make more moolah, and we need to work harder. Yes, like,
more like
some people would think it's boring, like, living in those big homes, and it's just you and your family. The neighbor is like a good mile away from you. But not for me. That's like peace, okay? Let me be in my big home peacefully, okay? I don't want to hear noise. Listen, I'm all for the peaceful, quiet neighborhood, right? We love it. We love it where we are, but at the same time,
neighbors. I can hear when the neighbor's air conditioning system kicks in.
True. And sometimes we'll be like, is this our air conditioning? And we're like, no.
That's them.
Yeah. But yes.
I can hear it. So we're on 0 lots. So, but anyway, this is our blissful moment. So yes, it's vacation for me. She'll have me.
It's my bliss moment too. So
yes. Well, I get to be around. She get to use me more than she normally does.
I don't like the word use you.
She used me.
Okay.
I'm talking about she used me.
Okay, baby. You use me too.
But yes, this is the bliss, and we're gonna enjoy it. Hey,
we're gonna enjoy it. Listen, y'all know me.
A lot of driving together.
I'm fun. I'm a fun girl, right, babe? So we're gonna turn up every night. We're gonna turn up.
I'm a happy man. What can I say? I am happy.
Please, let's get back into the topic.
Anyway, let's get to the topic of the day, which is, the little things that matter in every relationship.
Yes.
Yes. Relationships are built on trust and kindness and commitment between two people like her and I. But the little things we do for each other goes a long way.
It sure does.
It sure does. I notice when she's tired, and I'll bring it up and tell her to take a break. Right?
Yes.
When she realizes that I'm not as excited, she'll be like, bring your level up.
Yes. What are we doing? Yes.
And all this little thing matters because, and this is what it means to be with someone and be there, because you got to pay attention, because believe me, I've missed a lot of little things and I get called out on them. Now, I'm not as critical as she. She may miss little things and I just don't do anything.
But I need to know. I need to know. This is the thing about me. If you're doing something that's like, all right, babe, I'm going to call you out.
Yeah,
I'm going to call you out on it. And I really want you to do the same thing for me. So that way I can work on myself and work on my stuff, so we don't be calling each other out next time.
She calls me out.
Which is a good thing. You need a woman in your life who's very calling you out on things that you do wrong sometimes.
Well, yes. If someone's around you and they missing things that are important to you.
Right.
And you never say anything, well, first, they'll never know that they're missing things.
True.
And at the end, you're going to be suffering because you're like, man, I can't believe he can't get this. But you never told him he's not getting it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So,
and you learn.
Oh, yes, you learn.
You learn from too many hints. You're like, okay, you know what? I give him way too many hints and he's not going to get it. Let me just go forward.
I'm bad with hints. If I miss something, just call me out straight up. Hey, listen, you know that thing, you didn't do it. Or you know what you did, that wasn't quite. Oh, you know what? I would have appreciated it if you did this. Make it like this. It makes it a lot easier for me. I don't have to guess. I don't have to think. I just know, okay, this is it. It wasn't right. Next time, I'll do it differently. Some people like to give hints, but she learns. She learns now. Just come out straight up. Just let me know.
I still want you to like.
Don't waste my time trying to make me think. But what are those little things? Let's say, saying I love you, right? How many words in there? I love you. Hey, that's 3 words.
3 little words.
Say it and mean it. But say it often.
Yes.
You know, to
yes.
some people, it's difficult to tell the other person that they love them. Or they'll say, I love you. They'll turn, I love you, while they're not looking.
I mean, true. And some people, too, they'll say, love you. You know, love you. Whatever happened to the eye?
Well, it's
you know,
the eye is there.
And I do notice it about me, too. Like, when we, like, rushing and trying to like, get off the phone, and we're like, okay, love you, babe. Bye. But based according to what they're saying, you should be saying the 3 words, I love you, whenever you get off the phone, whenever you do whatever you know, or I'll see you later, I love you, babe, things like that. Don't just say love you. According to this research that I found online, they said you should be saying the 3 word, which is what you said at the altar. I love you.
Research is probably not even saying it that way. But this is what I say to this. If you love someone, make sure that you express it.
Yes.
Make sure that you say it.
Yes.
And I don't think it matters, like, do I have to say it every time I get off the phone? No, but say it when you mean it. Because believe me, there could be people saying, I love you all the time. And man, they're full of other craziness that's going on. So, but make sure that when you say this word, that you mean it.
Yeah.
And little things like this is important for me, because there are people that may have been together for years. They're good with each other. But they never tell each other that they love each other.
And I truly feel like sometimes when I look back into my community, I'm like, do our community really say that to each other? Like the older generations, like the older people, do they really say that to their spouse? Like, well,
I don't know. You know, come to think about it, now that
it doesn't sound right too when you say it in French.
My dad say that.
I've heard my dad say it to my mom, but occasionally, not like every time, right?
Maybe they do when we're not around.
Maybe, but
maybe they're sneaking it. They're sneaking it in. They wouldn't tell the kid. Well, obviously, I'm not at my parents' all the time,
right?
So it could be happening without me hearing. But I don't think it's something that happened as often, even when I was there.
Yeah.
Because I lived at home for a very long while.
Yeah, same here. But I think what I do notice my dad would do when he gave her a card for either anniversary or birthday, like he'll write like on the card that says I love you, not. But as far as him saying it, I don't think I've heard him. Maybe somewhere in the past. But
well, you know, we our people are big at doing things in secret behind closed doors. I'm sure it happens. It just doesn't happen in public.
In front of the kids, right? They have this thing where you cannot do certain things in front of the kids. And I know this probably why they don't say it in front of us. But I think when you think about it, it'll be a good thing for us to hear
it's good to hear that
our
it's okay
parents
to say
saying it. You know, like I feel like our culture sometimes, it's hard for them to say it in front of the kids because is it a bad thing to say? I don't think it is. I think it's showing the kid that you, right?
I think they're just not comfortable.
They're just not comfortable.
You know, they're just not, baby, you know I love you.
I love you too.
I love you very much.
I love you too. But they won't say that. But here's the thing too. You can't say this in front of your children. Like all culture, you can't.
My girls have heard me say, I love you too, CC. I don't know how many times.
Yeah, true.
Oh, there are times that when we get together, they know, okay, they're about to kiss.
And my mom be like, don't be doing this in front of the girls, okay? Y'all know our people, they don't like to do these things in front of people. Like, you got to do it when no one is watching.
So, say I love you to your partner and make sure
Let
that
us pray.
It's meaningful. And don't forget to compliment your partner as well.
True.
That's something we don't hear as much. Baby, you look good.
I feel like when you've been with your partner for a long time, you get so comfortable. The husband stops complimenting you on stuff, or the wife stop complimenting you on stuff and stop saying like those cute things they used to say, like, you know, in your early on when you guys were dating or when we were like newlyweds. And now because we like old.
But well, here's the thing, you know, we see. Say if I come when I used to come pick you up, I hadn't seen you for a whole day, and I got there, and then you're like
But
fresh.
still.
But now, you know, when Cece go get ready, and I step away, and then I get in the room when she's already, I'm like, wow, you look good.
Maybe.
But if I'm standing there, she's putting everything together. I see the process from the beginning until the end. By the time she gets to the final, yes, she still looks good.
You don't see it all the time though, because you know I take too long on my makeup, so you don't see it all the time.
I would normally just get ready and go sit and do something and wait for her to be done. So I do get to see the final look without seeing the step 1 to step 50. I think she has a 50. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's the truth. It's true. Like when you're with someone for a long time, they stop saying those those compliment words to you. They stop compliment you on stuff that you feel like, us women, we want to hear it all the time.
Men wants to hear it as well.
We want to hear it all the time. We want to hear, wow, baby, you look good. Like we want you to compliment us on our looks, the way we dressed, because we don't want to hear it from somebody else.
Yeah.
I bet you Steve
Harvey. And I've
Harvey.
learned to pay a lot more attention to that these days. You know,
See?
I've learned.
Yeah, it's the little thing
and
that
she puts in a
matters.
lot of effort just to make sure that I notice.
Well, you gotta notice, because I don't want another man to notice me without my husband notice me first.
Oh, I want to notice you.
I want you to tell me that. I'm like, oh yeah, I heard already. I know.
But take the time and look for things to compliment your wife. Not just on look. There may be something they did and they did it so well. Tell me, baby, great job.
Right.
Some people like to get stuff done. Like when she get things done, I told her, great job. Like she followed up with a client that we thought
I don't want you to be telling me great job all the time.
We were it had been weeks since we had made the initial contacts, and we thought it was like a dead lead, and she happened to do a quick follow up, and we kind of picked it back up. Now we're in the process of getting a proposal out. So, and it was all on her. So when she told me that, I'm like, great job, baby, you got this. And she's like, yeah. So little things like this that your partner do, make sure that you find that time to tell them how good of a job they do. And sometimes it doesn't take a whole lot.
It doesn't take a whole lot. I mean, I truly feel like for me, the other thing that matters to me too is, of course, when you acknowledge that the work that I've done, the things that I've done, acknowledge your partner's hard work and acknowledge your partner's, like, whether if you go to work and you had a long day, I'm like, man, baby, you had a long day. What can I do to help? Or let me just prepare a nice meal for him because I know he loves his chicken. Okay. This man loves meat, y'all. So that's why he's a big dude. He loves meat. Gotta have his protein all day, every day. So yeah, like you acknowledge your man is working hard or your woman is working hard. So you like, hey, let's go out this weekend. What can I do? Let's just get this done. And it's important for you to hear your partner. Like those are the things that really matters to us women a lot because we talk a lot. Okay. I talk a lot. My mom talk a lot. My mother-in-law talk a lot. I truly feel like my sister-in-law talk a lot too. It's a woman thing. Hear me out. It's a woman thing.
They do.
When we are sharing something with you, just listen. All we ask for is for you to listen. We don't ask for a whole lot. We just want you to listen. Not like pretend like you are, listening or you on your phone scrolling while we're talking to you. Like it doesn't make sense. Like we want you to listen. This little thing really matters because it makes us feel like you supporting me and what I'm telling you. And also it makes us feel like, you're a great listener.
Yeah.
I've
learned that. It's important. It is. When she has those, I was thinking, I just kind of put whatever I was doing there and just sat and listened. I don't multitask during these sessions anymore. I just put whatever I was doing to the side and I just listen.
Yeah. And I appreciate you for that. See, sometimes prior to that, my husband would be like, he doesn't want to listen to it. And there's a lot of men out there who does the same thing. They just think that we nagging and we just, should have been doing something else. But no, especially the person that you're married to, you talk to all the time. You may have a friend, great. But I truly feel like the best person that you talk to that is a great partner who listens and who acknowledges you and who's like, all right, and who gives you feedback. Don't get me wrong. We could be sitting here and talking for like hours and you don't say anything, then it's like a waste of my time. And I'm pretty sure it's a waste of your time, because if we're sitting together talking, there's no feedback from you, then it's like I just say a whole lot and you say nothing. Yeah. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so, actively listening to your partner and contribute to the conversation. And I've learned that.
Yes, you're a great student. And I think it's everyone. My dad does the same thing. I'm sure your dad probably working on that still. And I'm sure, there's a lot of men out there. I'm sure my brother's still working on that. There's a lot of men out there who's working on it. So we talk. This is the greatest gift of all that God gave us. One of the greatest gifts that God gave us is
talking.
Yes.
Yes, they've got a lot to say. So listen.
Yes.
And as we were saying earlier, it's recognizes accomplishments. That's important.
Yeah.
Thanking your partner as well is important when they do little things or big things. It doesn't matter how big it is. If they do something, make sure you thank them. And sometimes you gotta do things just because, Maybe today you feel like today you were just driving and then there was this guy on the side of the road selling some flowers. You're like, let me just get some and take them home.
But the flower's dead.
No. In Florida, they sell fresh flowers. But whatever it may be,
I know.
What do you do? Maybe your partner loves, like, for instance, when she used to eat cake, she still does, but I don't buy them anymore. Red velvet cake. I stop by the store and grab some. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll eat it, but now she's not doing cake, so no more red velvet. But the other things like that, I know she likes. Like, for instance, there's a premix margarita that she likes.
Yep.
I stop by the store and grab them.
That's it. And
the kids calls it happy drink.
Happy drinks. They know when mom is getting her a happy drink.
Yeah. So there's little things when your partner likes them, you could just do them just because.
Yeah.
No. Once you start doing them, it'll become expected of you.
Well, yes. What do you think?
There's routines that you may find yourself building up. If you're going to build that routine, make sure that you keep up with it. Because the moment that you get out of that routine, it becomes, what happened? I was expecting that, Like, I got out of that Sunday omelet routine. I used to do it every Sunday.
And then all of a sudden...
Slowly I move away because I don't always feel like making omelets on Sunday. So slowly, for the first few Sundays, I heard about it. She made sure I heard, why didn't you do the omelet?
And what you did last Sunday?
And slowly, I think I made some last Sunday.
You sure did.
But I think slowly I moved away. Now it's not an every Sunday thing. It's every once in a while. But at one point I was doing it every Sunday. And it was like an expectations that I have to have it done every Sunday. So,
but it was good though.
It's still good. It's just that I don't always feel like making omelets on Sundays.
So now we'll be doing some American eggs.
So
slap something together.
So do things just because. My only caution to whoever's doing it: make sure you don't like set up a routine that traps you.
I don't think we want you to set up a routine. I think we want you to be. It doesn't have to be every month. It doesn't have to be every day. You know what I mean? It could be something where this month is March. Yeah. I happen to surprise her with something, and then May come, I surprise her with something else. Don't think it has to be every day. And if you do it
every month, you cannot skip a month.
Do something different the next month.
Try to do it as random as you can. This way, there's no certain time that it's expected. But hey, listen. But at the end of the day,
he used to do that.
At the end of the day, it's do something that when you do it, your partner's gonna like it, and it'll be something that they weren't expecting.
For real, and us women, we love that. We love when our spouse, when our husbands do, or our boyfriend, fiance, whatever, when they
or your neighbor.
Oh, no. No, we love when our partner surprises us with things.
Yeah.
I'm a woman who loves surprises. Don't tell me what you're doing. Surprise me. And that's why sometimes it's hard for my husband because he needs to know. And I truly feel like I'm one of those people. Whatever that you're doing, don't tell me you're taking me to season 52. Don't tell me we're going down to somewhere in Fort Lauderdale. Just surprise me. Just tell me, hey, babe, I want you to get ready for next weekend. We're going somewhere. And I'm looking forward to wherever we're going. I want that surprise. When we were dating, that's something that he would do on certain...
I still do that.
Well, not always.
I still do that.
If we're being honest, since COVID, we haven't been like as much as we used to do it.
As we used to.
Yes.
And you know, one thing I caution everyone: if you normally do things, try to stay in the habit of doing. The moment that you get out of that habit, it becomes tough to find things to do. It becomes tough to think of things to do. So, and that goes for every routine that you've had. Try to stay in it, regardless of what's going on. Don't completely disconnect from it. Don't completely stop, because when it comes time for you to get back in it, it's a challenge. But yes, we now that COVID is gone, we're trying to get out more. And sometimes it's just take a drive.
Get out more.
Right. Yeah. So
easy.
So but spending time together is important. I know Cece makes sure that I know that, you know, sometimes we'll sit and we'll watch TV with the kids together, and we typically watch a movie. And to me, that's like us spending time together, but that's not quite the case.
No.
I'm told just sitting there watching TV or eating, that's not really spending time together.
It's you watching a movie while we sitting there watching
it together. Hey, listen, we used to go to the movies when we were dating.
Okay.
Right? That was spending time together.
Yeah, we go to the movies together.
I massage her feet while we sit there watching the movie. That's spending time together. Sometimes I massage her back. She's like, no, that's not spending time together.
Well, that is spending time together. While we're watching a movie, you massage, we cuddle. So that is spending time. But when we just sit there and watch the movie, and you watching the movie, and then after that, you go about your business.
The movies are like 2 hours.
So how is it spending time?
We spent 2 hours together. We were sitting together.
So you watching the movie, and I'm watching the movie, and then
we're there together.
Okay.
But you know, in all kidding aside, yes, when you,
I mean, it is spending time together, but I think
quality time
is different.
Interaction with your partner.
There you go.
Right. It could be us having a conversation. Now, watching movies, yes, you engage it. Like, for instance, you put one of those Avengers movies on.
There's no one going to be talking.
I forget that there's someone else in the room.
Sure.
Right? And many of us, that's kind of, because listen, if I'm watching a movie, I don't want someone talking in my ears. I'm with the movie.
You focus.
Yes, I don't watch TV a whole lot, but if I sit there to watch something, it's because I want to watch it. So you there, that's not when she should have one of those I was thinking moments, because I'm going to stop the movie if I could and then listen to you, but I'll make it short because I got to get back to it.
Don't be having those I was thinking moments.
Yes, just sitting there watching a movie with someone, that's not really spending time. But when you sit there, maybe having dinner is very different, because you can eat together, you can talk together, while you can discuss things that are important. Yes, do that. Or at home, you could be eating together. That's important as well.
Yeah.
Do that whenever you can. But yeah, TV watching time or news watching time, that's not really quality time, because you're just entertaining yourself.
That's it. We just happen to be sitting here together while we're watching the movie together. Yeah. That's just it. But there's a difference between quality time, which you just went over. Yeah. Which is perfect.
Yeah, you can spend time together. Like sometimes, you know, Cece knows that there's certain movies that I don't care much for. So if I'm watching something, I want to watch something. But there are certain ones that she doesn't care much for. But just because she knows that I care, she would sit there, and sometimes she barely watched them. But I mean, yeah, she'll sit by me to keep me company, to support me,
so you don't feel lonely.
Oh, don't mind me. I don't feel lonely. I told her again, I don't watch movies, but if I'm just gonna sit there to watch something, I want to be in it. So yes, I'm gonna sit there and be lost in that movie.
And be lost in that movie.
So, but sometimes you could find yourself doing things that are not like top priority for you, but because it's important to your partner, you do it.
Yeah.
Like for instance, she's gonna take me to a drive to go see these homes. Well, I like taking pictures, but I don't like driving that distance just for that. But because it's important to her, for her business, and for me,
it brings money.
Building, transitioning, and well, obviously, I'm expanding my business to do a whole lot more besides events and do real estate photography and so forth. Hence, that's why I invested in a drone right before COVID. So it's been sitting there for a while. Now, we started flying it. So since you want me to fly it, but I'm not gonna fly it this week. It's not worth it. No, I will still pack it if the places are in like big lots and so forth.
They are.
Yes, it'll be good to get some aerial shots. So, but things like this, it's important to her. Yes, I will enjoy them.
Yeah. The same goes for you too.
But if I had my way, I probably would be sitting doing something else.
See, this is where we both different. Like if it's important to you and I'm not enjoying it, I'm still going to sit there and support you. Okay? But yes, whatever you do, I'm supporting you because I am your number one cheerleader. I say this all the time. I'm
gonna go with her because I'm her number one cheerleader as well. I'll be there just doing things. But hey, listen, when you're with someone, it's important to be there for them.
Absolutely.
And sometimes when you screw up, you have to make sure that you are man enough or woman enough to say, I am sorry. I goofed up. I screwed up. I shouldn't have done it this way. You got to say sorry when things don't quite happen. Now, some people would want you to say sorry even when you're right. If that's how your partner is, then still say sorry.
Well, according to my parents, short story. This guy who married this. Remember that story my parents were telling you on July 4th when they were here?
And that was a while ago.
That was like 2 weeks ago, baby.
That was a while ago. So many things has happened.
Well,
since.
the pastor told this guy who married this lady, whatever your wife tell you, just said.
Oh yes,
there you go.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, you're right, darling. Yes, you're right. And then if you keep saying yes all the time, you're gonna have a forever.
No. Me saying that, say sorry. Yes. If your spouse is wrong, you don't have to apologize to her. You can find another way to get things better. No, I don't believe in if she screwed up, I'm gonna come by and say I'm sorry. No.
We two grown people. If I did something to you, I apologize. I'm sorry. But here's the thing. There's a lot of the men out there that can't not say I'm sorry. They can't. They feel like their ego is letting it's
strong,
not.
We're too strong
I don't know
to say sorry.
It's just I'm sorry. Like you still the same person, right? You still you. Whether you say I'm sorry, however way you say it, you just gotta acknowledge that whatever you did was wrong, and you apologize, and you're a big boy about it, and then you move on.
All right, well, listen, it takes a big person to admit that they're wrong. It does. And some people just can't stand the fact that they're wrong.
Yeah.
If someone has a big ego, getting the sorry out of this person, to work a miracle. But it's important to not let your ego or your whatever you want to call it get in the way of you admitting that maybe I wasn't my best self. Maybe I could have done better.
Yep.
Take a little bit of criticism. Be humble. Yeah, especially with your partner.
Yeah.
You live with this person anyway. You don't sleep in the same bed.
Right.
You can say you're sorry.
You can say you're sorry.
Right,
and I definitely feel like, when it comes to my husband and I, there's a lot of things when if I do something wrong and I completely apologize, I'm sorry for what I did, and I truly feel like it makes us stronger. It makes us like he's not afraid to say I'm sorry because he understands like whatever he did was wrong and he apologized and that's it. And he's still him. He's still a strong black man. And I don't know what's the problem with I
people
truly feel
sometimes
like
will apologize.
our culture, again, when it comes to men in our culture, like,
It's difficult for us to
it
say we're
is
sorry.
so difficult. Like, our parents' generations and our parents' generations, I don't think they ever apologize to each
Maybe
other.
that word didn't exist in our language.
You know, it's like, okay, I did something, you know, like what I mentioned a few months ago, like my grandma had 3 kids outside of the family, or my grandpa. Now, do you think grandpa apologized to grandma for having so many kids outside of the marriage? No. They just do their thing and they just think that it's okay to do it. I just don't get it.
It wasn't cheating. It was a mutual agreement between your grandma and the other ladies to have kids.
She didn't sign the contract.
You don't know that. Things were different back then.
And here's my thing too. Say sorry and say thank you, right? These little things are so important to us women when we are taking care of the family, taking care of the household, taking care of things, okay? We getting things done. And it's great for our men to acknowledge that when we are doing things. And I'm grateful for my husband and my dad. They always say thank you. The reason why I said my dad, because the way that I've seen my dad and my mom, whenever, you know, when she prepare food and she bring it over to the table and he said thank you. Same was for my husband. I'm sure my brother does the same thing too, because he got good education at home when my mom raised us. So you better say thank you. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very important for you to thank your spouse and thank your girlfriend for preparing the food, and don't just think that it's their job, their responsibility to make the food. Like, don't ask me to cook a Mother's Day, because I'm gonna tell you a few things that you would not want to hear.
I never asked her to cook on Mother's Day. I never did, because I don't want no one telling me a few things that I don't want to hear.
Just say thank you, please. It goes a long way. You just don't know.
And be supportive. Be supportive. Now I'm saying be supportive, and say, there's a disagreement, an argument of some sort, and your spouse or your partner find themselves in the middle of this, get their backs.
In the middle of a fight.
Not physical fight, but verbal fights.
I don't know how to fight.
Now, I'm the type that I will take a neutral stand. I'll try to get to an understanding of somewhat where I'm not taking anyone's side. I'm staying neutral, but I'm realizing that sometimes that's not enough support. Now, it's difficult to support something when you know that it's going on, but if it's your spouse, maybe you can take a stand where you with the approach you take is like, let's see what we can do to wrap up this argument and not let it prolong any longer, because you got to do your best to support your partner. And again, that's not me saying that if they're digging a hole, you're just going to pull out your shovel and keep digging the hole with them.
Yeah.
No, but you can try to get to a quick end to it and use your intellect as much as you can. and that's where you have to be very strategic, because however you do it, you still have to remain on your partner's side, but try to put a cap to that argument as quickly as you can. And obviously, you can reason with her or with him away from the other parties.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing you could do if your spouse or your partner is in an argument and you took the other side and now you find yourself going against them.
You're going to hear about it.
That's not right. But Sissy knows there's certain things she shouldn't get in. And she knows that I'm very not into certain things. So if it's going that route, we're going to wrap up and we'll deal with our disagreement afterwards. Because like there's some arguments I just don't, and especially when it involve talking about someone else. I just not going to support you bashing anyone, whoever they may be. But she knows that.
That's why I don't be talking to you about it. I have my best friend that I call. Okay.
Yeah, but
I have my best friend that I call.
Yeah, be supportive, because at the end of the day, your partner trusts you with their well-being. Because when you're married to someone, you're saying, yes, I'm here to back you up whatever you need, with whatever you need.
I got your back.
Yeah, she's got my back. She feeds me sometimes too much, so she's got my front as well.
I need a strong black man. Listen, I gotta feed you too.
So, but yeah, be supportive to your partner.
I don't want your mom to say I haven't been feeding you.
Shouldn't say that. So be supportive to your partner in any way you could, because that's important. That's important, and your partner will love you for that. Mm-hmm. But they will hate you just as much if you keep
being neutral.
Not being neutral, but if you keep acting like strangers around them, because when you share your life with someone, it's very different than someone you met on the street.
Yes.
So the way you interact with this person, the way you do things with this person is very different.
Yeah.
So remember, the little things that you do in your relationship is important.
Absolutely.
Going from saying thank you, from saying I love you, from supporting them if they're having an argument.
Yes.
All these little things are important. Complimenting them.
Mm-hmm.
Do things just because.
Do things together.
Yeah. Especially the ladies, they will love you when you do these things.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Just do them all.
Thank you very much for listening to our podcast on the little things that matters in every relationship. So look at your relationship and see how you're doing these things. Mm-hmm. If you're not doing them, do them. Now, hey, listen, this is not me standing here saying that I get it all right. No, I don't. I'm still working on a whole lot of them. But I know there are, and she calls me out. And I'm doing my best to call her out. Oh, I'm not going to say it, but there was someone who had gotten a little tap like this on their back and made the news. Not saying anything. So
no politic.
Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to our podcast. We appreciate you guys. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so you can be notified. Cece likes it when you comment, when you like the videos.
Let me say it, baby. Let me say it.
She's going to say
it. I say it better. I like it when you like it.
She likes it when
I like it when you share it.
She likes it when you share it.
I like it when you subscribe it.
She like it when you subscribe.
I like it when you click on the bell so you don't miss out on the videos when we upload next time.
Yes, she does.
So I like them all.
Yes.
See how I put it together?
She does a better job than I do. Anyway, so remember to check us on the audio channel: SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio,
Apple
Podcasts. Yeah.
And here on YouTube.
And YouTube, yes. So we thank you very much. We appreciate you and keep supporting the channel. And we'll see you next Saturday. Peace.